Hello and welcome back to Inkmas with my Dandelion Diaries. We are continuing on with day number 6 today. Maybe today's the day that Diamine officially beats Colorverse. I don't know. Let's see what we got. Ooh. So today's ink is called Fir Fog, and it is our first chameleon ink of the group. So it looks like our shimmer is green and maybe like a pinkish color. It's kind of hard for the camera to pull it off, but there is like a pink hue to it. It's definitely shifty. You can see a little shift right there. That's kind of cool. All right, let's put this in a pen and see what it's like. So the pen that I paired up with Fir Fog is this Bone Crusher Velma. Again, I love these pens. This is in the Schism resin by Hobble Creek Craftsman. It's such a shifty resin, and I felt maybe this ink is going to be kind of shifty. So let's see how well of a match they are. This has a medium 𝗂𝗏 nib on it though, which I'm hoping is going to be good enough for the shimmer. Initial thoughts on this one, I'm already a fan. However, this reminds me a lot of another ink from an Inkvent. So I'm really interested to see how the comparisons go, but I'm pretty satisfied with this pairing. After doing the big swatch of this one, I still feel like it is very close to another Inkvent ink we've had before, which I'll do in comparisons here in a minute. But the color of this is such a gorgeous green-gray teal, and it's kind of shady, and the shimmer in it is complementing it so well. I don't know what it is about like the pink to green gold silvery shift thing it's got going on. It's like a multi-tonal shimmer, I guess, like 4 shimmer colors in one. I'm not sure, but it just has a very nice warmth in the shimmer to the very coldness of the ink. It's giving like the warmth of a fir tree with the coldness of a fog. I don't know, I kind of like this one. I'm also a sucker for greens, so this is not really a surprise to anyone who has been around this channel for a long time. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and write a full page of this while I transcribe the Christmas Carol, and then I will be back to show comparisons and what everything looks like when it's pretty much dry. All right, I've finished my page. It's still a tad bit wet, but I'm going to go ahead and compare it to my green book over here, or my green swatches. I'm also tempted to do teals and even grays, but we'll see. We'll see how many matches we get in green, because I think I would put this in the green family. Anyways, let's see what we got on the first page here, if anything. All right, I do feel like it's close to Warringal's Mad Hatter, but Fir Fog is a bit darker and obviously has the shimmer. It's also kind of similar to Sailor Yuromeku's Koyokuya, which does behave differently on different papers. So this may just be a match on the Kokuyo paper and the Tomoe paper, I don't know. But those are at least similar. Let's see what else we got here. Green is one of my favorite categories, so we may be here for a minute. Moss Park Green is the lighter version, I would say. Birmingham Penguin Zucchini is very similar. Zucchini is a bit greener though, a more green-black. And Fir Fog definitely has a bit more blue in it. It's kind of similar to J. Erbon's Vert Empire, but the J. Erbon ink, again, is a bit more green. Fir Fog is a bit more teal. Okay, this is the ink I was thinking of immediately when I saw the bottle and honestly the swatch, and that is the 2022 Green Edition Diamine calendar, which is Alpine. So this is essentially like the same base color, maybe slightly more green or slightly more gray, and the shimmer in this is just a flat silver. I think these two are very close together. The shimmer on Fir Fog though is that multi-tonal like red shifting green kind of situation, so I don't think they're that similar, but we didn't need both of these, I guess. I love Alpine though, don't get me wrong. Alpine is a fantastic ink, so I'm happy to have another rendition of it. It's just, I don't think it's unique enough. I don't know. Like the different shimmer color does make it unique, I guess, but I want something even more unique. But this is the challenge for me after swatching so many inks for so long, is everything is, you know, very similar at some point, but it's okay. Okay, it's kind of similar to 𝗏𝘅 Gale Force Green with the shimmer color too. So this has like a green to pink shifty shimmer, just like the Fir and Fog does. I think this one is a bit lighter though in the base, so just like a slightly lighter version. It's also kind of close to Color versus Dudong Forest minus the shimmer. Even 𝗏𝘁𝗵𝘃𝗵𝐺's Lichen is kind of close, but Lichen is a bit more brown, I think. Let's see, do I have any other ones in here? Not really. I thought maybe the Wishing Tree from last year, but it's too gray. It's like too gray. All right, that's all the greens I have. Let me go back to teals, just because I feel like we may have another luck in here. Because it does have a blue undertone in the ink itself. Nothing is really screaming at me. Maybe 𝗬𝘗 𝗫𝗄𝗄𝗃𝗃's 𝗦𝘂𝗽𝗍, but 𝗦𝘂𝗽 has a bit more of a red sheen to it, no shimmer, and I think it's just ultimately much darker than Fir and Fog is. It's kind of similar to Spruce County Post by Ferris Press if you wanted something like this without shimmer. Spruce County Post is actually a really nice one from Ferris Press. I really like that one. It has a nice kind of medium flow. There's a shock. Okay, so Papery Plume's The Faceless Lady is almost exact in the base color, maybe slightly, like a smidge more blue. And the shimmer on The Faceless Lady is a bit more just silver, so it doesn't have the multi-tonal shimmer. But those are very, very close together. And The Faceless Lady is a really great ink. That's kind of cool. It's also kind of similar to the base of Robert Oster's Sydney Darling Harbour, which is a fun shading ink. It's slightly, I think, lighter than Fir and Fog, but they're very close. So again, another ink minus the shimmer if you are looking for something similar to this without shimmer. And yeah, that's all I have for teals. Definitely think we have some winners in there for dupes at least. But overall, my final thoughts on this one is it's gorgeous. I'm definitely a fan. This is a winner for me. I love the kind of multi-tonal shimmer this is on this little card. I don't know how well I'm going to get the big swatch to shine for you guys, but you can see the green shimmer showing here straight on. If I can manage to tilt the page enough, you'll see it from my angle where it is pink. It's very hard to do with the camera settings to get it to pick up like the different shimmer angle. I don't know. But it definitely has like a green to pink to even like a silver gold kind of situation. It's almost like it's got 4 colors inside of it. I do think it has some nice shading here too, in larger writing. So if you have like a stub or a broad or anything like that, I think you'd get more of the shading aspect coming through. And the little watercolor thing I did down here did pull through some of the more different tones in the ink. I think we even have some pinks and grays and greens and blues in terms of like the dyes used. I think it's really pretty. I think it's a dynamic ink. I think it's fun. I think we've seen this color before, but with the shimmer, we have not. So it is technically a unique ink. And also I want to say that like it has a very decent flow. I won't say it's wet because it was dragging a bit in my pen, and especially for it being a medium nib and a 𝗃𝗏 medium that's pretty juicy at that. I'm not mad, but I wish it had a little bit more flow to it, just because it does have the shimmer. The shimmer could also be what's making it drag a bit more on the page when writing. So that's just my experience right off the bat, you know, with putting it in this specific pen. I do like this as a match though. I think it's really pretty, especially because like the different shimmer colors and the different shimmer in this pen. But I think overall this is a win, and I will leave it at that. I'd love to hear your thoughts about this one down in the comments. And if you're staying tuned for Colorverse, that will be going up today as well. But if not, I hope to see you here for day 7. We're almost to the first week of Inkmas. Yay. I'll see you guys here tomorrow for that. But for now, I wish you the best. Be blessed. I'll see you then. Bye.